All right, guys, I was hoping to wait until today's TWAB, but I can't. This news, man, it's just too juicy. So posted by Bungie a few hours ago, Bungie prepares for future growth in 2021. Proceeds to state that Bungie prepares for future growth in 2021 with studio expansion, key talent investments, and new board members. Bungie's also increasing their Bellevue, Washington headquarters to over 208,000 square feet, planning a complete technical modernization alongside plans to open up its first international office in 2022. Bungie also announces key talent additions and investments at the executive level in preparation for future IP growth and expanding the high acclaimed and successful Destiny universe into new media. Bungie also will be welcoming new members to Bungie's board of directors, both from the entertainment and media industry, Trace Harris and Pamela Kaufman. Hope I'm saying that name right. But let's get into the meat and potatoes here. Bungie, an independent employee-owned creator of world-famous video games like Halo and Destiny, today announced major initiatives to prepare for the company's expected and rapid future growth, including the appointment of Trace Harris and Viacom CBS Pamela Kaufman to its board of directors. We're grateful and humbled that our independent success allows us to invest in our talented people and headquarters this year and are delighted to welcome Trace Harris and Pamela Kaufman to the board of directors, said Pete Parsons, CEO of Bungie. The past several years have been a time of tremendous growth and opportunity for Bungie. We are home to some of the brightest and best talent in the industry, and we look forward to expanding upon both our talent pool this year and increasing the resources to support them. Pamela and Trace also bring incredible media and entertainment experience, and we're looking forward to taking advantage of their proven acumen as we continue to build the future of our company. Now, it's interesting that the two people that they're adding is from media. I couldn't find Harris, but I did find Kaufman on Twitter. I think she has like 10 years experience with CBS, which makes some of us wonder what her role is going to be exactly at Bungie. Speculation? Bungie might be really considering a series for Destiny 2, or maybe Destiny Universe. I know that's kind of a shot in the dark, but that's the only way I can explain this move, and we've seen something like this play out. Y'all remember that Halo live adaptation series right before Halo 4 launch? Same thing here, except for it'd be for Destiny 2. Now, for what time frame, I don't know. They may do like a for real series of the collapse, or it could just be a one-off series of like Shin Malphur or some other character inside of Destiny. Either way it goes, interesting move on that front. But let's continue. HQ expansion, international office also coming in 2022. In January, as part of its ongoing plan for sustainable growth, Bungie broke ground on an extensive expansion and redesign of its worldwide headquarters. Estimated to be complete in fall of 2022, this project will increase Bungie's HQ footprint from 84,000 square feet to more than 208,000 square feet. In addition to building state-of-the-art facilities to support the growth and development of their talent and employees, one of the primary drivers of Bungie's expansion is to increase the commitment to the long-term development of Destiny 2, to tell new stories of Destiny's universe, and to create entirely new worlds to be announced IPs. Yeah? Look at there, man. Again, Bungie's trying to go the route of like Blizzard. They want to be a multi-game franchise. But let's be real, Destiny's their bread and butter, at least for now. The new facility will include a reimagining of its Bellevue, Washington-based studio space to support multiple project teams, including those outside of Destiny universe. Designed by award-winning architect NBBJ, the new HQ is centered on collaborative neighborhoods built to support the spirit of deeply integrated creative collaboration that defines Bungie's success and hybrid workforce of both remote and on-site staff. In 2022, Bungie will open its first international office in Amsterdam. Amsterdam? Dude, I'm all for a summit there. This office represents Bungie's developing global business and will be home to the company's growing publishing and marketing divisions, ensuring Bungie's ongoing commitment to unify and expand on their passionate player community all over the world. All right, again, guys, they're taking kind of the Blizzard approach or maybe even like the Ubisoft approach. This could be one of many future studios that they open up in different countries. And again, one of the key things to having more studios is, well, the ability to bring on more personnel, which takes us to the next portion of this article. Key personnel additions and investments announced. Alongside the additions of its board of directors, Bungie has announced several key talent additions and investments into its renowned talent pool. New appointments to the Bungie leadership team for the years of industry expertise they bring from inside and outside of Bungie. Louise Vilges, Chief Technology Officer, Danielle Porter, Chief Financial Officer, and Don McGowan, General Counsel. They'll be added to the Bungie leadership team, okay? To expand the Destiny IP and bring new stories and experiences to their highly engaged community, Bungie appointed Mark Noseworthy, Vice President of the Destiny Universe, and Luke Smith, Executive Creative Director of the Destiny Universe, to oversee and prepare for the expansion of Destiny 2's universe into additional media. Okay, so it actually sounds like Luke and Mark are being moved and promoted to oversee whatever we're thinking this is going to be. You know, they just brought on Harris, Hoffman. We just speculated of a potential series there for Destiny. It seems like Mark and Luke are going to play the roles in overseeing that. Now, this means that Justin Truman, General Manager of Destiny 2, will take over the successful development leadership of Destiny 2. Oh, that's good, man. Justin's really good. I'm really bad with names, but man, you'll pick up on his face immediately. You've probably seen him in a ton of Vidocs for Destiny 2. But yeah, essentially, guys, leadership's going to be shifting. Finally, Bungie has also appointed Johnny Ebert, Chief Creative Officer, and Zach Russell, General Manager, Incubation, to build and drive the creative vision and foundation for Bungie's future worlds alongside the next generation of leaders at Bungie, with plans to bring at least one new IP to the market before 2025. Jason Jones, Chief Vision Officer, takes on talent-facing role to help Bungie's top creative leadership unlock their full potential at the company. All right, so that's going to be your think tanks, your guys that are going to be trying to make the next big IP. We know for certain that Matter, or at least some game codenamed Matter, is in the works. That's the game that's going to be revealed in 2025, or at least released in 2025. That was the game that's being head off by Christopher Barrett and I think a few other guys. But Chris is responsible for like Rise of Iron, and not solely responsible. Obviously, there's a lot of people that worked on that with him, but he was one of the major leads in Rise of Iron, Forsaken, two very successful expansions for Destiny, and he's going to be heading off Matter. I have no idea what kind of game Matter's going to be. Regardless, though, adding personnel, shifting leadership, expanding studios is all around a win for Destiny. So don't necessarily look at this as like, oh man, they're shifting people away from Destiny. I think they're just shifting the people to the right places where their strengths are. On top of that, a concern I had at least a long time ago when Bungie and Activision split was Bungie's finances. You know, like where did Bungie sit? I had nothing to base this off of, but I was concerned considering that Bungie paid $100 million to buy Destiny 2 from Activision. And that's a big chunk of money. But the point I'm trying to make is it appears, considering the massive expansion that Bungie's doing, that, well, Destiny 2 must be doing pretty good. It's all those sexy exotic ornaments. Now, the final column here, Bungie welcomes entertainment and media expertise to the board of directors. So I guess a little more here. Bungie has announced the addition of 2 members to its board of directors, Trace Harris, a finance and strategy executive, and Pamela Kaufman, president of global consumer products for Viacom CBS. Harris and Kaufman bring years of expertise in multimedia IP expansion alongside their acumen in business operations scaling, and join NetEase's Simon Zhu as external members to Bungie's board. Okay, there we go. NetEase is involved. You want to know who invested $100 million into Bungie? When Bungie split from Activision, it was NetEase. Trace Harris is a finance and strategy executive with deep experience in governance, financial transactions, and partnerships for industry-leading companies across the entertainment and technology sectors. She serves as a board member, chair of the Compensation Committee, and member of the Audit and Mergers and Acquisitions Committee for Altair Engineering. Am I saying that right? Altair? Like Altair from Assassin's Creed? This is a global software company in the areas of data analytics, product development, and high-performance computing and data analytics. Harris's professional experience includes 13 years with global entertainment company Vivendi, most recently as its senior U.S. executive for strategy, finance, and M&A. Pamela Kaufman is president of Viacom CBS Global Consumer Products, overseeing the worldwide licensing and merchandising of Viacom CBS portfolio of brands spanning Nickelodeon, MTV, Comedy Central, BET, CBS, Showtime, and Paramount Pictures, and iconic franchise properties. Kaufman previously served as president of consumer products and chief marketing officer for Nickelodeon. Bungie's board of directors is chaired by Pete Parsons. The board offers guidance and information to Bungie's leadership team in support of Bungie's mission to create hopeful worlds that inspire passionate player communities and lifelong friendships. Oh, that's nice. All right, fellas, there you go. We got some new people at Bungie, some leadership changes, some expansion, and an Amsterdam studio. Hell yeah. Now, as far as the board of directors, there's many different boards, and there's a lot of people that can serve on multiple boards. You'll see like someone's name, and they'll be like on like 10 different boards. You're like, my God, how does that person have time to do anything? It's not really like that. It's not like they're working at that business. Like, take for instance, the board at a bank. It's not like that person that's on the board is working at the bank every day. Matter of fact, they might not ever even go to the bank. They could just literally be the person with the largest bank account at that bank, and that's why they're added to the board. They're simply added to the the board so that bank doesn't lose that person. And then the person that's on the board can be like, oh yeah, I feel special, I'm on the board. But simultaneously, they might get some ins, right? Like maybe a better interest rate by 0.5%, yada, yada. I bring this information to you because we have to ask ourselves, why is it that Pamela Kaufman, president of Viacom CBS, amongst a number of other things, and Trace Harris, a finance and strategist executive, are now both on the board of Bungie? Now, are they going to be involved with the day-to-day operations at Bungie? Perhaps. I'm not going to say they're not, but I think it's probably due to the fact that they know people, right? Having this many years in experience in global entertainment, when you're the president of Viacom CBS, which involves Nickelodeon, MTV, Comedy Central, BET, CBS, all that stuff, you make connections, you know people. And if you know people, you get favors. And it appears that Bungie's trying to get a few favors, whether it's to get a push for an actual series, which will cost some serious money, or maybe it's just to get investors. And I bring this up because I have to analyze this article and ask myself, why is Bungie disclosing this? They didn't have to. And who is this article for? Is it for us, the community? Obviously, it's pretty nice to know what's happening with Bungie internally. Or is this actually a signal to many of the connections that Pamela has, that Trace Harris has? Both of these individuals who probably have a lot of connections. And I can tell you right now, after reading this article, there's another thing that I feel like this article is for potential private investors. Bungie's not a public company, so it's not like I can go buy shares of Bungie, but believe me, if I had the desire and the money, gotta have the money, man, I would knock on Bungie's door and say, hey, yeah, can I be an investor of yours? AKA, you want to take some of my money? And they would say, not your money, Cross, you broke bastard. But if I was somebody in maybe Pamela's corner or Trace Harris's circle, maybe I might have the bank account to make Bungie go, oh, well, sure. On top of that, whoever it is that's investing in Bungie, who has the connections of these two individuals, will feel more comfortable, right? There's a little more accountability outside of Bungie is a gaming development company and Pete Parsons is Pete Parsons. Now, if Bungie messes up, I can call Trace Harris and be like, hey, what the hell? You took Nova Warp out of the game? What is wrong with y'all? You see where I'm coming from? So again, this article to me, yes, it's informing the community, but I think there's more to it. On top of that, it signals a lot of things to potential personnel for Bungie, for potential talent out there that Bungie is here to stay. And not just here to stay, not just to sit here and milk Destiny 2 for the next 10 years and then bounce, but instead expand. Believe me, Bungie could have taken the approach and just milked Destiny and let that be it. Executives could have packed it up, been like, yep, it's been a great ride. But obviously they want more than that. And by more, I mean more money. And I think potentially it could pay off for them. If a series is actually included, like if Bungie like pushes forward this almost Game of Thrones level Destiny series, that's kind of nuts. If Bungie is able to launch Matter and Matter is received well, Bungie will be recognized abroad that they are now a multi-franchise studio. They're signaling it right now, but they'll definitely do so if Matter succeeds. But all of this matters for naught if Bungie messes Destiny up. Destiny is the golden goose, right? It's the golden goose. If they mess Destiny up, well, all of these plans pretty much go sideways. But I think they recognize, at least what I'm getting from this article, they recognize the importance of Destiny. And what I'm getting is that the studio is doubling or even tripling in size, and that they're actually going to be doubling down on Destiny 2, especially with the large amount of personnel they're looking to bring on. So guys, let me know what you think of this article. Are you excited? I kind of want to go to Amsterdam now. Never even been. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.